Alright, hello. Alright, today I'm going to go ahead and do a little video on my current Sega Saturn collection, which I was considering not doing because it's not really a very big collection right now. I want to get a lot more, but some of these games are pretty cool, so I thought, I was talk about it, maybe, somebody's interested in this. And the first one I'm going to talk about is, it's actually Castlevania Symphony of the Night, for the Saturn, which I didn't even know they made a Saturn version until I came here. And this one is actually considerably better than the PlayStation version. For one, from the beginning there are 3 selectable characters: Alucard, Richter, or Maria. You don't have to beat the game and then enter your name as Richter or anything. You can just pick right away. If you pick Alucard, the game plays just like normal, except that there are additional items and weapons that you can find. You have an extra hand slot in your equip menu, so you can equip 3 things instead of just 2. So you can have like a sword, a shield, and a potion or something like that. Also, there are a couple of additional areas added to the castle, which is pretty cool. And if you choose to play through as Richter or Maria, in certain areas of the castle, instead of playing the regular music, you'll get remixed, kind of like heavy metal versions of classic Castlevania songs like Vampire Hunter and Bloody Tears, which is really, really awesome. It sounds great, and it looks and plays exactly like the PlayStation version, except for those additions I mentioned. So yeah, if you get a chance to play Symphony of the Night for the Sega Saturn, definitely do it, because there's extras in there that are really cool. Okay, next, Rockman 8 on the Saturn, which is really good. I'm a huge Mega Man fan, so when I found a copy of Rockman 8, I definitely had to go for that. But yeah, it's a really awesome game. Some people didn't care so much for Rockman 8, but like I said, I'm a Mega Man fan. It's awesome. And speaking of which, we have Rockman X4, which is also a really awesome game. It was the first Mega Man X where 0 is selectable from the very beginning of the game, and just like 8, it's got like anime cutscenes and stuff, and it plays really well. It's awesome. It's an awesome game. Actually, I have a lot of Capcom games for the Saturn. Capcom and Sega really hooked up on the Saturn. So the next game I have is Vampire Hunter Darkstalker's Revenge, which I really like. I pretty much like all Capcom fighting games, but the Darkstalker series is kind of like a breakaway from just like, regular just like Street Fighter type stuff. Everybody pretty much knows that Darkstalker is just like a fighting game with characters inspired by all the great movie monsters. You got vampires and werewolves and stuff like that. So there's Vampire Hunter Darkstalker's Revenge, and then I also have Vampire Savior, which was Darkstalkers 3 in the States, and this is the one that introduces Lilith and Jeddah. And it comes in this pretty sweet box, because this and a lot of other Capcom 2D fighters, you needed that 4 megabyte RAM card to play them on your Sega Saturn. So this comes with the, when they come in boxes like this, they come with the game, and they also come, if I can get it out, they also come with a 4 megabyte RAM card, so you can buy it ready to play, and it costs a little bit more. I actually didn't know that when I bought these. I bought like a bunch of them like this, like all together, and then I got them home, and then all of a sudden I had like a handful of those RAM cards. But yeah, Vampire Savior, really good. And I also went ahead and purchased X-Men vs. Street Fighter, another really good Capcom 2D fighter. Before they started doing Marvel vs. Capcom, they just had X-Men versus, and Marvel superheroes and stuff like that. So this is X-Men vs. Street Fighter for the Saturn, and yeah, it's an awesome game, really fun. And of course, I went ahead and bought Marvel Superheroes vs. Street Fighter, which is the same thing, just with a change in the character lineup. And I actually prefer X-Men vs. Street Fighter to this one. Just because characters that I really like Gambit and Sabretooth, are in that one, and they're not in this one. but they're replaced with, you know, they got like Captain America and Spider-Man and stuff like that. But you still got Wolverine and Cyclops. But yeah, this is also a really good game. And they switched out. They got rid of Cammy and Charlie, or Nash, and they included Sakura and Dan. So they took like one of the least playable characters they have, and they put him in there. And the kind of the precursor to that, just straight up Marvel superheroes, which this is probably my favorite one of these actually, just because in this game they like for character illustrations and stuff like that, it's not done by Capcom. All the character illustrations, everything like that, is taken directly from the comics, which is what I like so much about this. It's because I'm a huge fan and collector of American comic books. Not that I don't like manga, I do like manga, but I've always thought that American comics were just much better. Sorry, that's how I feels about it. But yeah, I really like this game because it's strictly Marvel, and I love Marvel. And the two boss characters are Doctor Doom and Thanos. I mean, that's awesome. Pretty much my two favorite villains. So, Marvel superheroes for the Sega Saturn. Really awesome. Then I went ahead and picked this up, Samurai Spirits, and I'm going to read the English title because it's on there, but it's Samurai Spirits Amakusa's Revenge. And it's just a good, you know, samurai showdown game. Yeah, I don't know what else to say about it. It's, if you've played one Samurai Showdown, you've pretty much played them all. You know, it's like a typical SNK fighting game, except you have like swords and shit, and you throw tornadoes at people. So, yeah, it's really awesome. Now we're going to move on to something a little strange. This game is called Sexy Parodius. And I don't know what a Parodius is, and I don't know if they're typically sexy, but it's a side-scrolling shooter like R-Type or something like that, except you can fly around as women dressed as, you know, like sexy bunny costumes, riding around on rockets, big rockets, straddling them, and shooting the hell out of really, really weird shit. A giant Medusa, I don't know, flying teacups, and all kinds of crazy, fantastical shit. You can pick the girls riding on the rockets, or you can pick a flying penguin, a little spaceship. You can pick from a whole host of crazy shit that have different power-ups and stuff like that. But yeah, and see, the thing, it's weird because when you think of Konami, you think about Castlevania or Metal Gear, something along those lines. You don't think about stuff like this. But yeah, you know, obviously, I'm pretty sure this never saw the light of day in the States. Maybe they thought it was a bad risk to sell something like this over there. Maybe they didn't think it would sell. Yeah, Konami releases shit like this over here. Sexy Parodius for the Sega Saturn. And the last game I have right now is Magical Night Dreams Cotton 2. Cotton, I'm not certain if Cotton is an anime series. It may well be. I've never seen it before. It's called Cotton 100% or something to that effect. And this is another side-scrolling shooter, except you're witches flying around on brooms, shooting out magical energies and stuff like that, and all kinds of like strange horror and fantasy, you know, type characters and stuff like that. And it's pretty damn fun. It looks good and it plays good, and it's got kind of a weird, quirky, cute anime style to it. And yeah, it's just overall, you know, fun, colorful, good game. And that'll do it. That's all I have for my Saturn right now. I'm definitely going to be buying a lot more probably next time I get down to Akiba, because there are at least 3 classic gaming stores that I frequent there, and you know, if I can't find something at one, I'll go to the other. Like I couldn't find Castlevania 4 or Rockman 8 at Super Potato, so I found it at a different place and stuff like that. So more Saturn games on the way, and maybe I'll do some play videos and stuff like that so you can see how some of these weird games play and stuff. That's it for now, so thanks for watching.